Welcome to our day number 13 of our Advent journey, following the path of Our Lady of Guadalupe and Saint Juan Diego. We are in the belly button, in the very half of our journey. This is the middle day, this day 13 of 26 days, so it's a wonderful joy to be on the halfway through our journey, right? So it's amazing every step we've given. And yesterday we listened to how Fray Juan de Zumarraga sends these servants to follow Juan Diego. But now we'll see how they plot against him in a very nasty set of events. And also, a little parenthesis here, but today is the day of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So it's a very special day, especially for you who are doing this journey with us. And this is the day we should certainly feast. And so we'll listen to how we can take this feast into action through something very concrete. So now let's dive into our segment from the Nican Mopowa. But those who followed him lost him at the place where the ravine opens near Tepeyac, at the wooden bridge. Though they searched in every direction, they did not see him anywhere. So they returned, not only wearied and frustrated, but angered at him. They reported to the bishop that he should not believe him, that he was deceiving, inventing stories, dreaming or imagining what he said, what he asked. And so they decided that if he returned again, they would seize him, punish him harshly, so that he would no longer tell lies or stir up the people. That was the segment for today, and well, regardless, today we're celebrating. If we count from the start of Advent 2025 at least as day 0, it is the feast of the Most Holy Virgin Saint Mary of Guadalupe. Today is the day of our Mother, and how beautiful that we can honor and celebrate her by meditating on the Nican Mopowa. So if you're here, then you're celebrating, you're doing the right thing. Congratulations. I want to dedicate a special episode because the Feast of the Virgin Mary invariably will always fall during some part of Advent. To celebrate Saint Mary of Guadalupe is to celebrate our salvation. It's to celebrate that the Mother of God not only appeared to Juan Diego, but she also decided to stay among us, in our land, which is lost and riddled with violence. And it is true for Latin American countries, but it's also true in most countries of the world, right? Hearts and our own stories, that's where we're also devastated and filled with all these troubles and violence. Or that's where the Blessed Mother has arrived. And that is also where she wants to bring Jesus Christ, not just as an artifact or as a museum. No, she wants her to actually have a real presence, to be with us, to dwell among us. In Spanish, we call it the acontecimiento guadalupano, the Guadalupan event. But it's not just this historical moment where she appeared, as she did in Fatima or Lourdes. Our Lady of Guadalupe stayed here. She's still there at Tepeyac Hill. 500 years later, nearly 500 years later, she's still among us, and she still intercedes for all of her children. What a beautiful thing. It's a mystery that never ceases to happen, because Mary has not left. We celebrate the presence of the Mother of God and her great love for all of us. And today we saw the segment about the bad servants with evil intentions against little Juan Diego. They conspired and lied to the bishop about him. And that's not uncommon. It's something that happens everywhere. There's enemies, there's people that one way or another present opposition or envy. But the strength of Saint Juan Diego and the Saint Mary of Guadalupe is that evil will not prevail. Evil will not triumph. Evil does not have the final word. And the power of God is always stronger than the plans of the wicked. That's what we celebrate today, that God has the ability to ensure that his work is carried out, and mostly through little and humble servants. Like Juan Diego, like Our Lady of Guadalupe, like yourself, today I want to invite you to celebrate this feast by going to Mass. In several Latin American countries, it is a holy day of obligation. I'm pretty sure it's not like that in the United States, but still, she is the patroness of the Americas, that being the continent where we all live, and also from the Philippines. But so it's a great way, and there's just no other greater way where we can show our love to the Blessed Mother through the Eucharist, because the Mother of Mary is a Christ-centric love. It is not a love that remains solely with Mary and forgets Jesus, because Mary, as you all know, is constantly pointing us to Jesus without failing. She never stops referring us to Christ, and there is just no better way to see that reflected than in living with devotion and love the Holy Mass. So go to Mass and enjoy this beautiful day, and let Our Lady of Guadalupe transform your day, your existence, and your entire heart. I'll see you tomorrow on this Advent journey of Our Lady of Guadalupe and Saint Juan Diego, and God bless. This podcast is brought to you by Juan Diego Network, a project by Juan Diego and Friends Incorporated, a nonprofit seeking to attract people on the internet to in-person Christian community and the sacraments. Visit JuanDiegoandFriends.com to check out our other missionary initiatives.